Hello all, welcome to Learn with Kastro. My name is Kastro Kiran. I am an AWS and DevOps trainer. So this video is all about what you have seen in the thumbnail of the video. This video is an introduction towards the launch of a new course which is called as DevOps. So this course will be based on the curriculum that is provided by JNTU Hyderabad. This course is specially designed for the BTech students who are doing their undergraduation in the branches of computer science engineering, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and the data science. And also, this course is helpful for all other branch students as well who are having an interest towards learning the cloud computing course. So especially course has been divided into two modules. In the module one, we'll be talking about the DevOps course as provided in the JNTU curriculum. And in module 2, I'll be focusing on the DevOps lab, which is again available in the DevOps curriculum. Both the modules will be running parallelly, and the modules will have the key discussion points specifically focusing on DevOps curriculum. Let's have a look towards the DevOps course that is provided in curriculum of JNTUH. So in the DevOps course, the entire course has been divided into 5 units, starting from in the introduction unit, that is in unit 1, we'll be talking about the software development lifecycle and a brief introduction towards the DevOps, what is meant by continuous delivery, and also the different software development lifecycle models. And in the unit 2, we'll be focusing on especially on the software development lifecycle models and also a brief introduction towards the DevOps and its architecture. So in the unit 2, I'll be talking about the software architecture, which is monolithic architecture, microservice based architecture, and also the different aspects of DevOps. And in unit 3, we'll be majorly discussing about how to manage a project in the real-time scenarios by using different DevOps tools that are commonly used in the outside market. And in unit 4, we'll be focusing on how to integrate multiple DevOps tools with each other. Suppose, let's say we have a tool called Jenkins. So how can we integrate a tool called Jenkins with the GitHub? How can we integrate a tool called Jenkins with Docker? So like this, we'll be talking about the integration of multiple tools and its functionalities in the DevOps curriculum or in the DevOps culture. And in the 5th unit, we'll be focusing on discussions related to what are the different testing tools that are available and what are the different types of testings that are available, that is manual testing and automation testing, and what kind of services or what kind of softwares we are going to use in order to do this testing. All this DevOps curriculum is not meant only for the theoretical discussions. While working with the DevOps codes, we'll also be talking about how we can work with these things practically in the real-time world. So I'll be talking about each unit, and wherever necessary, I'll also be showing how to work with each one of these tools, especially helping you to understand the real-time DevOps culture. And in the module 2, we'll be focusing on the DevOps lab, which is provided by the JNTUH curriculum. And in the curriculum, there are a total of 12 laboratory experiments that were designed. And in these 12 laboratory experiments, starting from writing a simple code for an user registration and moving towards the Git and GitHub commands, Jenkins, Docker, and Kubernetes. So these are the different things that we are going to focus. Among all these 12 experiments, I'll be focusing majorly on the first 9 experiments, which are specifically related to the DevOps culture. I'll not be talking about how to work with the Selenium or how to work with the testing process and also the JavaScripting and also the containerization of the different applications. So this is what we are going to see in the DevOps module 2, which is the DevOps lab. Now, in order to understand this particular course, there are a couple of prerequisites that you need to have, especially with respect to the DevOps lab. If you want to practice the DevOps lab, you need to have two important elements. The first one is, since we need to create some resources. For example, if we are working on Jenkins installation, so where we are going to install the Jenkins, we need some server. So where we are going to get the server? In order to create the servers, we are going to use cloud computing resources. So what are the different available cloud computing resources that we have? We have multiple cloud computing resources starting from AWS, and then we have GCP and Microsoft Azure. Now, among all these three cloud computing models that we have, I am going to use AWS Cloud Service Provider, which is Amazon Web Services. Now, in the Amazon Web Services, I am going to create the resources and I'll be showing you how to work with multiple tools and integration of multiple tools in order to deploy an application in the real-time world. Now, if you don't have an account, if you don't have an AWS account, make sure to watch the video that I have provided in the description on how to create an AWS account. Creation of an AWS account is completely free of cost, and you don't need to pay a single rupee in order to create the AWS account. And in the process of creating the AWS account, AWS will ask you to pay 2 rupees. Make sure to have at least the minimum balance in your account, and this 2 rupees also will be credited back to your account once you create the AWS account. So you don't need to bother about whether the AWS account is free or a paid service. So we have the AWS account, both free case as well as the paid case, but we will be working with the free version of the AWS account, which is called as a free tier account. And along with the AWS account, you also should have a basic knowledge on Linux fundamentals as well. Why we need to have the Linux fundamentals? In order to work with the multiple resource creation, we will be using a simple Linux command. So make sure to have a basic knowledge on Linux commands. If you don't have a knowledge on Linux commands, don't bother. I'll be talking about the required Linux commands wherever or whichever lab that we are going to perform. So these are the two prerequisites that I urge you to have an idea about. One is to create an AWS account, and the second one is to have a basic fundamentals on Linux commands. And coming to the course details, the course will be launched on February 4th, 2024. And initially, the module 1 will be covered. And the videos of module 1, that is DevOps course, will be released on every first and third month in a month. And coming to the DevOps lab, that is module 2, every fourth Friday in a month, we will be covering one laboratory experiment. So these are the timelines for each of the videos. Now, where can you find these videos? All these videos will be available in the YouTube channel, Learn with Kastro. You can also find the playlist link for the DevOps course as well as the DevOps lab in the description of this particular video. And these videos are available completely at a free of cost. You don't need to pay anything in order to watch these videos. So welcome to the DevOps course. From the next video onwards, we are going to talk about the DevOps codes as well as the DevOps lab as provided by the JNTH curriculum. Hope you have a good time. Thank you. Please feel free to share the playlist link with your friends, colleagues, and the fellow students. Thank you once again.